We must halt asylum immigration immediately. We must drastically reduce work-related, study-related, and family reunification migration. In short, bring down net migration close to zero. We must deport everyone who is here illegally, everyone who commits serious crimes, and everyone who openly rejects Western values and refuses to assimilate. We must reassert Swedish law with zero tolerance in every single neighborhood.
Imagine if more people had listened when he said this 10 years ago.
And let me say this in English so you can understand what I'm saying.
I have translation.
No, I know you have translation, but I just want to make sure you get it right. There will come a day that we will see far more radical, extremist, and coming out of Europe because of the lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
Hi guys, you're welcome to the Dixon View. Sweden has taken a stand and it has woken up on the case and issues surrounding its society as illegal immigrants and those who pretend to be seeking asylum continue to be a threat to its law-abiding society. They are waking up to checkmate every form of threat and Islamization within Sweden. And they have also made it clear that they are going to start deporting every illegal immigrant in their country. Let's watch this video together.
If I wouldn't, thank you, Michael, dear Nicola, dear Marion, dear Maxime, ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to launch New Directions' important new report, No-Go Zones, Immigration, Islamization, and the Rise of Parallel Societies. And I want to thank New Direction for its strong leadership in making sure this uncomfortable truth is finally put on the table with facts, methodology, and political courage. For years in my country, the Sweden Democrats stood virtually alone in warning about the dangers of mass uncontrolled immigration and the failed experiment of multiculturalism in Sweden. For too long, Sweden Democrats were dismissed as alarmists. But in the past 15 years, reality has caught up with us, and it has hit us hard in the face. According to the Swedish police's latest national report, and now confirmed and deepened in the New Direction study that is being presented here today, Sweden has 65 no-go zones with parallel societies across the country. In these areas, Swedish law is increasingly replaced by criminal networks, clan structures, and foreign norms. 19 of these 65 zones are particularly vulnerable. The police themselves admit it is difficult or nearly impossible to enforce Swedish law there. Criminal gangs recruit and arm children for assassinations with automatic weapons and explosives. Weapons often come from the Western Balkans, countries we have poured billions of euros into, supposedly to help them secure their borders. We've seen clans erect roadblocks, checkpoints, to control who enters and leaves these territories. Witnesses are intimidated. Trust in the police has collapsed. Even national systems, public administration, is being infiltrated and corrupted. And by the way, I will never forget, adding to what Nicola just said, I will never forget a hearing hosted by the Libe Committee here in this European Parliament during the last mandate. In the panel, on the podium, was a representative of a Polish NGO that claimed that it was a right-wing populist myth that there were such a thing as no-go zones in Sweden. If I wouldn't have been there, this lie would have been unanswered to, unchallenged. I answered her by quoting the investigative journalist Paulina Neuding. Neuding at the Swedish daily Svenska Dagbladet, she had interviewed Gordon Gradich, chairman of the Swedish Ambulance Union. And he said it plainly. I quote, "I know it's sensitive and controversial, but for us, it's really a no-go zone. We have direct orders not to enter without police protection. Ambulance crew are met with stones. They are blocked from leaving the areas. Firefighters and even postal workers are attacked, sometimes just for entertainment. This is not a myth. This is the daily reality for first responders in these zones. The numbers are brutal. These lawless areas are home to 75% or more people with foreign backgrounds, compared to just 22% in normal Swedish neighborhood. Well, just 22, but it's a big difference. Foreign-born individuals and their children account for 64% of shooting perpetrators and 63% of convicted rapists, despite making up only around 20 to 26% of the population as a whole. Even former Prime Minister Magdalena Andersson, one of Sweden's most accomplished reality deniers, was finally forced to admit that we now have parallel societies in Sweden. Enough is enough. Our message is uncompromising and crystal clear. We must halt asylum immigration immediately. We must drastically reduce work-related, study-related, and family reunification migration. In short, bring down net migration close to zero. We must deport everyone who is here illegally, everyone who commits serious crimes, and everyone who openly rejects Western values and refuses to assimilate. We must reassert Swedish law with zero tolerance in every single neighborhood. No more parallel societies will be tolerated. It's time to put our nation first and reclaim Sweden. And the same fight is taking place across our continent. It is time for the people of every European nation to reclaim their countries as well. And I do believe that this will be a very helpful report in that endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you.
And members of the European Union are waking up, and it is expected that even Western countries should also, wake up to the fact that they are already losing their society, their country, to foreign invaders who come in form of those who are seeking asylum, and they are gradually taking over their country by setting up a parallel society with a culture and value that is not compatible with the Western culture. So it is high time everybody sit up and see how to defend and protect their country. Now that the countries, people are waking up, they have to take, decisive measures that will secure their country and enhance their national security as well, so as to protect their people from invasion that is coming, because it is looming rapidly, and the earlier the better. And failure to take decisive action will lead to the collapse of their country, because with the way it is going, if leaders of these countries are not taking decisive action to protect their society, then they will lose it to these foreign invaders who are coming and gradually seeking to establish a parallel society, religiously and otherwise. Some time ago, I think it should be about a decade ago, somebody from the United Arab Emirates predicted and warned the Europeans of what is coming, and which was that if they don't take actions to protect their society, that the level of fanaticism, Islamic fanaticism and extremism that will be seen in the European nation and even the United States of America and the United Kingdom will be the kind that has never been seen in the world before. So it is high time everybody sit up, more especially leaders of these countries, the US, the UK, and the European Union. And gradually, they are going to take over if decisive actions are not being taken. Let's know what are your thoughts in the comment section. See you in our next video.